Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be reacting to a TikTok. So we're going to watch it all the way through, reconvene, and I will tell you what I think. So this video is from a creator with the username olga.safari. So let's watch.
I was talking to one of my guy friends that was explaining to me how easy it is to scare off a high value man. They will actually watch you from afar before they make their first move because they want to make sure that you understand what a high value person is. And if they see that you were messing around or entertaining low value men, guys who are just players and that will waste your time, then that will scare them off because they will see that you don't actually respect yourself to wait for the right person and be able to identify a low value man from a high value man. And just keep in mind that these high value men can watch you for months or even a year to make sure that before they put their time and effort into someone, that is the right person that they are choosing, so they're not wasting their time.
Right, short, sweet, to the point. She makes a lot of sense. Now, before we get started, I have said it before in other videos and I will say it again. I am personally so fatigued by the high value terminology. I think so many people have a completely different idea of what this even is. Guys hear this and automatically think that you're just talking about a man who makes a ton of money because that's what they've heard online. To some women like myself, it's a great man who has integrity, who is kind, who has standards, who is husband material. To other women, I'm sure it's a guy who's financially successful and that's the only requirement, which certainly is not high value to me. So I think that definitely makes an impact here on how you view the situation for sure. I just wanted to clarify that going in so that we're all sort of on the same page. I'm going to try my best to keep this video relatively short, but ultimately, I agree with her. I can see how a man who has a lot going for him would want to be selective about who he's allowing into his life or choosing as his life partner. After all, it is the most important decision that you'll ever make your entire life and shouldn't be taken lightly. And from a woman's perspective here, I can absolutely see how it could be a red flag or even a turnoff if a woman has dated bozos, because it might signal that this woman has bad taste in men and chooses poorly, which isn't really the greatest. It could also signal low self-esteem and a lack of self-respect. Not to say that people can't change, heal, and break patterns. I think this speaks volumes as well in a more positive way if someone is able to do that. But again, I think guys who have a lot going for them, who are emotionally stable, kind, have standards for themselves and the people around them, are going to value specific things in a significant other, and that is totally fine. Actually, I applaud this. I would encourage you all to get to this level. And on the flip side, from a woman's perspective here, women should absolutely be doing this as well. I'll also say the way that she said this made it sound a little bit creepy. I know that's not how she meant it, but she said, you know, they'll sit and watch you for months, even a year, which is kind of giving off a bit of stalker vibes, but I think it's more of just observing and getting an understanding of someone's true colors and values before they commit to you, which again is understandable. It's sort of like vetting people out. You know, simply put, explained in maybe a less creepy way, would be they're vetting out people to see if they're compatible, to see if they would be a good fit, to see what their true colors are, and to give it time and space before they commit, which I think is fair. You know, I cringe to say it, but high value men, great men, men who are husband material, men who have a lot going for them, are often more selective about the women they choose because they know what they bring to the relationship and they're going to expect the same thing in return. These men have probably invested in themselves, whether it's in their career, finances, health, mindset, and they are probably going to seek a partner who matches their level of commitment. It's not just about looks, it's about finding someone whose values, ambitions, and overall lifestyle is going to align with their own. I think men who fall under this category are more focused on long-term compatibility. They want to know if the woman can be a true partner in the future, not just for today. You know, does she have her own goals and passions? Is she emotionally mature and supportive? Does she have substance? These men are also probably protective of what they've built, understandably so. They want to ensure that a woman values them for who they are, not just for their status or what they can provide. Beyond that, I think many high-value men are growth-oriented. They're constantly pushing themselves to be better and want to be with someone who challenges them, adds value to their life, and inspires them to keep leveling up. In the end, they're looking for someone who complements their life and helps them grow, because when you've built something great, you're not going to settle for anything less than that. Rightfully so. And you could take everything I just said and replace the man aspect with being a woman, and I think it still rings true. I personally think women should be doing this with men as well, because of the fact that the person you choose to be with is the most important decision you will ever make in your entire life. It can lift you up or it can bring you down. So choose wisely and choose the person you're with based on criteria that actually matters. And I'll leave you with a thought to consider, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Are you being the type of person that the person you want to be with would want to be with too? Just think about it. You have to hold yourself to the same standards that you hold a significant other to. And I really want you to think about this. Maybe you make a little note in your phone. Maybe you think about this before you go to bed tonight. Maybe you write it down in a journal. I really think you have to be willing to hold yourself to the same standard that you hold a significant other to. It's only fair. And as I always like to include when I talk about this topic, the person that you choose to be with is a direct reflection of your emotional development. So think about who you've dated in the past. Think about where you're at now. Think about who you're attracted to. Think about who you want to be with. And just let that sink in. The person you choose to be with is a direct reflection of your emotional development. So I will leave you with that. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you have a video you want me to react to, be sure to tag me over on TikTok or send it my way. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. On Instagram, I try to share more personal things, helpful tips. I also do Q&As on my stories from time to time. If you have a specific question for me, that is the way to do it. So as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.